Hi, I'm Ashley. I'm TLC Practice Manager and I've been with Blue Sky for 13 years.
Hello, I'm Elizabeth. I am also TLC Practice Manager and I have been with Blue Sky 10 years.
So TLC started because we recognised that there were children and young people who needed more than a standard foster placement, needed an enhanced level of support. So TLC was a solution for lots of things really for young people. It provides stability, it provides a family home for young people that weren't necessarily going to receive the opportunity, but also we really wanted better outcomes for young people, for them not to get lost in the system, not to be in children's homes that just didn't need to be there. What we really wanted is for those young people to be supported within a family, but to have that extra layer of therapeutic input and support for them and the foster carer.
So a TLC placement differs from a mainstream placement because our foster carers have all of the same support that a mainstream placement would have, but there's some additional bolt-on support that we offer. So that is support through a clinical practitioner. So they support the foster carers to respond therapeutically to the young person. They think about the relationship between the young person and that foster carer and how we work towards a safe, secure attachment with that foster carer, with children who have experienced complex trauma and therefore find it really difficult to feel that safe, secure relationship. Our young people are supported by our individual workers who all do an amazing job. They meet with the young people either fortnightly or weekly. And I guess the kind of support around that is everybody has somebody. So the foster carers have their supervising social worker and their clinical practitioner, and our young people have their individual workers, and then together it kind of creates that robust package of support. Part of treating each foster carer as an individual is recognising the different support that they need. You might have some foster carers that really manage a TLC placement with just the clinical practitioner and individual worker support, and then you might have somebody else that needs that support to look a little bit differently, and that's part of us getting to know our foster carers, understanding what their lives are like or what's going on for them, because lives don't stop when you start fostering. You know, the stuff keeps on happening. So actually it is about kind of recognising where our foster carers are at and making sure that we're understanding what are their needs right now, how are we helping you, and do you need anything to look a little bit differently? Because it will ebb and flow and change, and it's about us responding to that and being there for that. So most foster carers would say, you know, it's about being there when they need us and then knowing when to say, you've got this.
And meeting those foster carers and really working out actually who would work within their home. It's not about will this behaviour be okay or not. Yes, obviously we need to know where their triggers are, but for me it's more about a way of being. What is their family like? What's their home like? How will a young person view that? How will a young person fit in? And then same with the young person. When I'm finding out about them, yes, of course I want to understand the risk. I want to know what it presents like, what it looks like, but actually I really want to know that young person. I want them to come alive. For me, young people on referrals, it's often such a negative document that we share that with a foster care, and all it does is say this young person can't do this, or when this happens, this is how they respond, but no one ever praises or celebrates them. So for me, my favourite part of matching is finding the young person, making them come alive, and giving that foster carer the opportunity to imagine that child in their home. So that when I've sent that information to the carer, they will phone me back and say, Ashley, I want them. So anybody can have the potential to be a TLC carer, and you don't, those who are TLC carers, they don't have to have a background in therapy, in a certain profession to be a therapeutic carer. Actually, we're looking for a type of person. We want somebody who can be reflective, who can work well with others, who is able to take risks, measured risks that obviously we will advise and support. A sense of humour goes such a long way when we're working with our young people.
I think the reason that I am so passionate about TLC is because of the hope that it creates, and in every role, whatever I've done in TLC, I want a young person to feel like the future is theirs. I want them to leave us and think, I've got something to offer, I'm good at something, this is what I'm great at. And I think it's about the self-worth and the self-esteem that our children leave with, and you can help that in whatever role that you've got. But for me, it's the hope. It's being that person that says to the young people, things can be different, your life can look different, the world is out there for you and you can just grab it. And I think if it's supporting the young person directly to believe that, or it's supporting the foster carer to see that and to be that little beacon of hope for that young person, that is what I want. If all of our children leave as egomaniacs, then I'm happy with that. But actually it is about the hope for them. They come to us and I will meet all of our plus 12 children if I can in an assessment visit, and I will always say to them, tell me something you're really good at. And they really struggle, but if I was to say to them, tell me something that you get wrong, or tell me something you're really bad at, and they will sit there and they don't know me, but they'll give me this massive list. They'll say, I'm really angry, I'm not good at relationships, I'm bad at school, and they'll just give me this really big negative kind of diatribe about themselves. And by the end of our placements, by the end of their time with their foster carers, actually what we do have are young people that say, do you know, I am really good at that, and I do that really well, and I've got this interest and this hobby, and I want to go off and do this when I'm older, and this is the career that I want. And then I think above all else, then we've smashed it, because actually that young person believes in themselves, and that's all we want.